It only costs about $1,250 to hire a financial planner. Did you know that? Hi, Paul Morrow. Let's talk about flat fee advisors. I'm a big fan of clear and understandable fees. People that put a contract in front of you, say they're going to do a certain amount of work, and you pay a fixed price, and that's it. No surprises, no add-ons, or whatever. So flat fee advisors are everywhere. Here's what I think about flat fee advisors that are most important. If you have a traditional, what they call fiduciary advisor, and they're taking 1% out of your account, and they're just doing investment management, and they're not doing insurance planning for early mortality, insurance planning for long-term care, college planning for your children, cash flow planning, tax planning for Roth conversions, estate planning. This is like 1/5 of the job. So if you have a great advisor and you're paying them and they're doing all 5 jobs, you have a financial planning team. But let me just tell you what the numbers are today in 2026 and what it costs. For a simple financial plan, if you got $250,000 or a young family you're starting off, you should probably pay a $350 fee one time. These are one-time fees to hire a financial planner, to do the financial plan. You check in on them once a year. And then maybe if you're a little bit more advanced, you get into what's called a subscription plan. You might be paying $100 a month to have them monitor your things on a monthly basis with you, which is $1,200 a year. I don't think you need that in the beginning, but when your life gets complex, when you get mortgages and real estate and business and babies, then it gets more important. How about this? If you have a $500,000 puddle of money that's liquid assets, and you're concerned about what to do with it on your own, and you've got some other considerations in your picture, you might pay something like $750 for a plan. But I'm talking about a one-time fee. Someone who will put together a financial plan for you so that you have a roadmap, so you know where you're going. And once you do that, yes, you might also get a subscription account, or you might just get an hourly flat fee account, but you don't need to be paying on smaller amounts like $250,000 or $500,000. You don't need to be paying 1% a year for that, because frankly, at the smaller amounts, you should be doing it on your own, and you should be in simple index funds. If you're older, you should be in simple balanced accounts. But let's talk about when it gets complicated. At $1 million pool of money, I think it gets a little bit more critical. Even in this day and age, $1 million is a lot of money. So you should pay about $1,250 for a financial plan. That's the architecture. Before you go out and buy all the bricks and sticks, you do your architecture plan. And then maybe $350 a year. That's a good financial planning firms charge. What do you get for your financial planning fee? You should get all 9 areas of financial planning, which means they should work with your tax person, your legal person, your property and casualty person. If you're older, your Medicare agent, your investment person. These are really important areas of financial planning. Real estate, if you're considering real estate, and especially if you have parents or children that you're going to do multiple generation planning and real estate with. Buy a house with your son, buy a place with your mother. These are wonderful things. Interfamily planning is really important. Now, also, there's 2 more needs. Generally, mortgages and reverse mortgages are 2 different kinds of brokers, and that brings you up to 9. Mortgages when you're young, to acquire property, borrow a bunch of money, control $1 million asset with just $100,000 down. That's great leverage. You shouldn't be afraid of it. Then when you're older and you have a home with $1 million of equity in it, and the kids are all off to London or California, and you want to access equity, that's when these reverse mortgage things really kick in for doing long-term care planning and cash flow planning. So those are the 9 areas. If you're not getting someone that works on all the 9 areas of your financial plan, you don't have a financial planner. You might just have an investment manager, right? Or you might just have an insurance agent, or you might just have a Medicare person. Let's put it all together. Let's get all 9, like the 9 rings of power from Lord of the Rings, the 9 advisors that you need on your financial plan. Subscribe to the channel. Stay in touch with us for our next video. Staying on top of the best way to build a team, that's just part of the art of being smart.